Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Might and Magic Legacy or Axe Legacy or Legacy Axe. Don't know which one comes first, but it's there. And let me just tell you, the main menu of the game is very annoying because all this fighting sounds instead of just music. But that's besides the point. You guys don't know what this game is? This game is a, I would say, classic style RPG, but not really. It's a first-person RPG style. If you played, I say, Legend of Grimrock, you would probably know what this style RPG is. You control basically 4 main characters, and they are in a party, and then it's technically turn-based, but not. It's more like a real-time turn-based, and it's like I said, if you play Legend of Grimrock, this is exactly what it is. It's a straight, basically, copy of the gameplay style. The options menu is pretty good. As you can see, lots of things you can edit. I turn everything on max, so we'll see how this goes. Like anti-aliasing, I don't know what DLAA is. Like, what is this? I don't know. We'll go with it. If the frame rate is completely shit, I will turn it down a little bit. But yes. I just remembered. Is there subtitles? Does this game even have voice acting? Okay, so there is subtitles on, which is good. Lock action bar. Retro pixelation, show there. I don't know what any of these means, so we're just going to start the game. Default difficulty of the game. Select this mode if you want to enjoy the story and quest with fair challenge. This difficulty will contain tougher enemies and higher price of equipment and services. That is what you want more challenging. No, let's go with adventure. Build your own party. Create a random party. And a default party. We'll build our own party. Let's see. This is our slot. I see. Okay, so our slot 1. Let's see what each of these are. Humans are the youngest race of Ashan, and are the children of Yila, the dragon god of air. Although many of them now worship Elras, the dragon of light, short-lived but curious and restless. Humans are one of the most dynamic people of Ashan. Humans have a natural 10 air damage resistance. Humans start with 4 free skill points. Elves are graceful and patient souls who live in the close harmony of the lands and forests. They are in tune with Solana, the dragon goddess of earth. Her deliberate nature and ancient wisdom are reflected in their approach of life and worship. Elves have a natural 10 earth damage resistance. Elves get 5 bonus to evade. Fierce warrior, industrious blacksmith, and master of runic magic. The dwarves are children of Arkath, the dragon god of fire. Dwarves are short and stocky. They rarely stand much over 4 feet tall. Adult male dwarves always wear full beards. Dwarves have natural 10 fire damage resistance. Dwarves have granted 1 extra health per point of vitality. So they're tanks, okay? Tribes of nomadic barbarians. Orcs are scattered but proud warriors of a long history of persecution. They were created in the 7 cities during the War of the Blood Moon, when the Crimson Wizard injected demon blood into human slaves and criminals. Critical damage dealt by orcs is increased by 20%. Orcs have a 20% chance to avoid negative conditions. We will get 1 dwarf, 1 orc, 1 human, 1 elf, maybe? Or we can get 2 elves, 1 dwarf, and 1 orc. But anyway, let's start with an orc. You know, let's start with a dwarf. Alright. Ooh. Hailing from the Grimsteel clan, defenders are able to withstand the attacks of their enemies with a rock-like durability. Armed with huge shields reminiscent of fortress walls, they provide a formidable obstacle to any opponent. So, completely tank-based. Advanced class Shield Guard. Ability Shield Wall. The amount of remaining block attempts of the Shield Guard for the remainder of the turn is fully decreased by successful blocks. Okay. Scouts. The dwarfs of Clan Winterwind are the most outgoing of all their kind. They are the ones most likely to be found in the surface or dealing with outsiders. They are expert travelers and have deep knowledge of the wilds. Advanced class Pathfinding or Pathfinder. Long range. The range of Pathfinder crossbow attack is increased by 2. Snaring shot. The Pathfinder performs a range attack, immobilizing the target of its first strike until the end of the next turn. So this is turn-based. Okay. So it's like Legend of Grimrock, but it's also turn-based. Interesting. Rune Priests are members of the Deep Flame clan, a special caste among the dwarves, recruit from children born with golden eyes and mark their god Arkath, who are then brought up as battle mages. Advanced class Rune Lord. Searing Rune. Create a rune on a tile within a range of 1. The rune deals 105 damage each turn to everyone on the tile, and around it. The rune lasts 3 turns, so it deals a total of 300 damage. Wow, that's amazing. Orcs. Barbarian Hunter and Shaman. The Barbarian is a quintessential orc warrior. His usual tactic is simply to rush straight at the enemy, counting on his speed, ferocity, and toughness to break the lines of opposing troops and pound the hell out of them. Advanced class Warmonger. Ability Blood Rage. The Warmonger deal 1% more damage for each 1% health under his maximum. So at 50% he deals 50% more damage. Okay. Hunter. Orcs are, contrarily to popular belief, not cannibals. Their diet is based heavily on the principle of you caught it, you cook it. Hunting provides the bulk of their diet. Orc hunters, as all other orcs, are also fierce warriors, capable of surviving on their own in the wild for weeks or even years. Advanced class Marauders. Ability Crippling Trap. The Marauders set up a trap on the party's position. Enemies triggering the trap are dealt 45 to 55 damage and lose 1 of their melee and ranged strikes, down to a minimum of 1. Second ability, Harpoon. The Marauder thrusts the melee weapon as a range attack with a range of 4. If the strike is successful and not blocked, the target is dragged into melee range of the party. Ooh. Shaman. Orc Shamans are a strange breed. They act as medium between the material world and the spirit world, which they refer to as the dream world. To enter this realm, they undergo deep trance rituals, the nature of which is specific to each shaman. From the journey into the dream world, the shaman bring insight that help them draw magical powers from their own demon blood. Blood Caller Advanced Class. Blood Magic. The Blood Caller restores 1% mana for each 2% health loss due to an enemy attack. So every class has a magic class to it. Yeah, okay. Blade Dancers. Quite among Sylvan warriors, certain elves dedicate their lives to intricate elven material arts known as battle dance, relying on evasion and quick action rather than resistance or brute force. Blade Master. Cleave. The Blade Master is granted an additional action if he kills at least 1 enemy with a melee attack. Carnage. The Blade Master performs a full melee attack against every enemy around the party. Ranger. Wandering Irolan. Ranger live in harmony with nature and its unwritten laws. Seeking perfection through the mastery of the bow, this quest sometimes lead them to leave the forest and travel around the world. Advanced class Warden. Point blank shot. The Warden performs a range attack against all enemies in front of the party. Wow. Druid. The Druids are priests of Sylvanas, elemental dragon of earth and living embodiment of nature. As such, they are granted control over the magic of the elements, which they call upon in time of peril. Advanced class Druid Elder. Harmony. You can calm enemies in sight. Only those around the party can attack you. Okay. Nurture. Create an aura around the party for 4 turns that regenerates. So, druids are healers. Kind of obvious, but you know. I probably need a druid then. Mercenaries hail from free cities. They are warriors and explorers that follow Yila, the dragon of air, wandering the world in search of riches and causes worth fighting for. Advanced class, Windsword. Perfect strike. When Windsword performs a melee attack against an enemy with full health, the first strike cannot be blocked or evaded, as it's always a critical. Wow. Windsword dash. The Windsword calls upon Yila to let the party dash forward one tile. So this is really turn-based. Okay. Crusader. Crusaders are the battle priests of Airlads. They can be found all over the world, spreading teachings of light and fighting to all the evils they encounter. Okay. Advanced class, Paladin. Lay on hands. Spend all your mana to fully restore the party's health. Wow. Okay, of all the party's health members. Mandate of Heaven. Call upon Yila to enchant all melee and ranged weapons and magical foci in the hands of each party member for 4 turns. The enchanted equipment deals 5 to 10 light damage on top of its normal damage. I see. Free Mage. Free mages are wizards who left the 7 cities after their studies to settle in the free cities. They often wander the world looking for interesting runes or lost knowledge. Archmage is advanced class. Time stop. You freeze time outside the sphere created around you for 2 turns, or until you exit the sphere. The enemies outside can't be attacked, nor attack or move. Okay, so basically, those 2 turns you can heal up your party. It's basically what it is. I will get a Crusader first. Instead of getting a Druid as my healer, I think I'll get a Paladin as my healer. How about that? Good thing I read the classes first. Okay, we're gonna get a Crusader.
Not choosing me would be a mistake. Choose me. I feel so tired. This looks powerful.
Okay. Female. We're gonna make an all-female party, guys. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna call her Cat. Simple and easy. Wait a second. I have to get a sword? That's boring. I have to get light magic. I want mace though. Well, we'll see first. Warfare. A trained and experienced warrior can tip the scale in favor of his party by executing advanced combat moves. The expert in warfare might either protect weaker comrades or decide to take the biggest threat out of the equation, focusing on a single enemy and dealing massive damage. You get shield, medium armor, heavy armor, and catalyst made for users and arcane arts to channel and condense magical. Focus master amplify the intensity of their spell to critical level, vastly increasing their power. Arcane discipline and strongest, which would otherwise annihilate. What does it do? Okay, so magical defense, mysticism. As mana, the sacred blood of the dragons runs through the ring, yet few people know how to channel it naturally the significant amount through this practice of special meditation techniques and by communication with the spirit world. A devoted student of magic can significantly increase. Yes, okay. Definitely getting that. Endurance and dodge. Endurance. extensive training in resistance to fatigue and pain. A depth of practice capable of soaking up more damage than most. So this is a major tank build. The reason why I'm getting Mysticism is because I want him to heal more. Or her. Sorry. Sorry, cat. Man, I wish I could get rid of this. I really don't want a sword. I want to get rid of that and get this instead. But, I guess we'll have to do. Attributes. Melee damage increase. Magic powers. Range damage. Critical hit chances. Vitality and spirit. There you go. So we're going to be focusing on vitality and spirit only. We don't need anything else. We don't need damage. We don't need magic damage. We don't need perception. We don't need destiny. Yeah. For cat, we're going to focus purely on vitality and spirit. Okay, cool. There you go. We got a paladin down. Now, let's see. I want another melee up front. We could get another defender, so our front line can be like a massive beast and nobody can get through. Or we can get a barbarian, and our front line will be still pretty good, but it's more damage focused instead of a defense. You know what? Let's play it safe. Not safe, but let's play it like a complete tank phase. So our two front people will be,
Not choosing me would be a mistake.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna pick her, and we're gonna call her Nola. Nola! Okay, so Axis, yep, that's exactly what I want. And that, we don't want fire magic. Heavy armor, warmonger, this and this. Wait. Okay. Okay, so we'll get this. Another pure tank. So humans get 4 points. Okay, that's why. Continue. She is actually going to be might and vitality instead of magic. We'll put more into vitality always, because she's still going to be my tank. Increase range damage. Yeah, okay. Cool. Now we got 2 of our tanks in front line here. Now, do we want a ranged DPS or both magic? You know what? We'll go with both magic in the back. So I think we will get not elf, because obviously the magic for elf is actually healing, and we already have a paladin for that. We can get a free mage or a rune priest. What does Shaman do? Blood magic. That means we don't have an elf or an orc if we do it like this. Because I want the fire mage and I want the time mage. No elves? Oh man, that's... We could get 1 ranger. Actually, we'll get another druid. We'll get a druid, okay? Because apparently they do have a damaging attack. So we'll get a druid, and maybe we'll get a shaman, druid and shaman, instead of a rune priest and free mage. But we're definitely getting a druid. So we get double healing if we need it, and yeah, and we'll get some damage in there too.
Not choosing me would be a... I'm voting to make camp. Who's with me? There's something here. Oh, don't we have better things to do? Choose me! Such a beautiful fall. Watch your step. Falling into a crevice in the middle of the night is not a good idea.
Okay, let's see. Her name... That terrible. Irithel. Maybe. I'll put this a Y though. Yep, that's fine. Irithel. Earth magic and water magic. So one elemental dragons stay in nature harmony and govern the mineral. Earth magic can command vegetation, snare enemy, conjure poisonous, or infuse allies with your dragon protective powers. Cool. Water. Okay. Water magic is... ice. Okay, we're fine with that. Two-hander. No thanks. I think we'll get mysticism. In this. Purely focus on magic. This increases spell damage. This increased mana. Magic and spirit, yeah. Only 3 points. I don't think it's that worth it. More mana. Okay, cool. Should we get an orc? Why not?
Choose me! Better chances that way!
Okay, we'll call her Frelak. And she has nature. Oh, earth and air. Wow, we're gonna have a lot of healing. Again, we're gonna pick these for that pure magic build here. Vitality is high, huh? Alright, here's our group, guys. Cat the Paladin, Nola the Defender, Irithel the Druid, and Frelak the Shaman. I think we're going to die very fast. I think we're going to die really, really fast. Alright, cool. Let's go into battle. We're going to die so fast.
What is the meaning of a dream? Only Asher knows. Are they omens warning us of future tragedies? Distant memories dying in the deafening silence of the void? Or are they sometimes both? The death wish of some ancestor bargaining with the dragons that his legacy be carried on. Last night I dreamed such a clear vision of past events. Terrible things I had wanted to forget. They refused to fade away, demanding, pleading to be told one last time. This story begins with what we now call Uriel's deception. During the fabled Elder Wars, wars that once pitched the children of the light against the children of darkness. Uriel, the great archangel, had vowed to avenge his family, slaughtered by the greatest warrior and tactician of the Faceless, Erebos, the master of assassins. For For centuries, Uriel, consumed by hatred, planned his revenge. Shortly before the second eclipse, Uriel and his inquisitors provided proof that the Faceless were plotting to rekindle the fires of the ancient wars. Emperor Liam Falcon, an ambitious man, easily enthralled by the Archangel's righteous determination, declared a holy war against the Children of Darkness. And Uriel's own brother, the Archangel Michael, esteemed and feared general of the ancient angel host, was brought back from the dead to lead the onslaught. But Uriel's plan had one fatal flaw. He underestimated the courage and resourcefulness of the humans he had set out to use in his machinations. There were some who saw through his lies, seeing Uriel's proof as clever fabrications. The murders and sabotages of which the Faceless had been accused were his own doing. Angels cannot lie, or so the saying goes, but there's nothing written saying that they have to tell the truth. Uriel escaped the justice of the courts, but not the judgment of the dragons. Uriel, Michael, and the Emperor Liam perished in the bloody fires of the second eclipse. But a legacy remained, continuing to poison the Empire. When the true extent of Uriel's deception was revealed, the scandal nearly ripped the once great and holy nation apart. Distrust grew between the Empire and its allies. Dissentful whispers could be heard throughout the hallways of the Imperial Court. And outside of the Empire's borders, the colonies and protectorates were clamoring for independence. In an effort to calm the troubled waters, Liam's heiress, the young Empress Gwendolyn Falcon, proclaimed a series of reforms that were immediately unpopular with the more conservative nobles. These tensions came to a head in the Aegean Peninsula. Once a jewel of the Falcon Crown, the great port of Carthal on the Savage Sea was threatening to secede and join the loose coalition of the Free Cities. Skirmishes were multiplying between the rebels and Imperial garrisons. Brigands were stalking the trade routes, and pirates were raiding the coasts. This is a story of a particular group of adventurers who had just set foot on the peninsula for the first time, on a quest to fulfill the dying wish of their mentor.
That is not my group.
They were called Raiders, but would soon be known as legends.
Alright, I had to admit that is a really good intro. I don't like how she called Uriel though. I thought it was Uriel, but whatever. Whatever. That was a really good intro. I like it.
Do not let the name Raiders fool you. They were not mere brigands or adventurers only interested in glory and gold. They believed in a higher calling, an ideal of honour and courage. These values were the legacy of their mentor, Owen, a raider himself, and a veteran of the Battle of Hammer Fall.
The graphics, beautiful. It's not the best. I can tell, like, textures are problems, but it is good.
In a way, it was also their mentor who had led them to the Aegean Peninsula. He had been a son of Carthal, and before his tragic death, he had asked his students to bring back his ashes to the city of his birth, to be buried next to his ancestors.
His student consists of a human, an elf, a dwarf, and an orc. Okay.
To honor their master's wish, they boarded the first ship willing to take them to the west. As they disembarked in the small, peaceful harbour of Sorpigal by the sea, they could not suspect how far this journey was going to take them.
See? How you move? It's literally like... Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I can do this. Oh, hello. Welcome aboard, Seahawk. How can I help you? Duchess Irina has many contacts in the Lotus Empire. They even consider her one of her own. Since her rise to power, the Wolf Duchy has opened many trade routes with the Nagas and the free cities of Far East, like Hammerfall. Maritime commerce is flourishing under her rule, but as one would expect, so is piracy. The free city of Foster's Reach, in particular, has become pirates' heaven. The Duchess had to strengthen her army to protect the merchant ship, and as a result, many a knight embrace the life of a privateer. Alright.
Ah, new faces. Very good. I suppose you arrived with the morning tide, with that boat from the east. Welcome to Sopagal by the Sea. You're raiders, are you not? Adventurers?
And you are? Oh, how rude of me. My name is Dunstan. I, too, used to be a raider, but I am retired, which is something you'll hear a lot here. Sorfergal is the kind of utterly boring and sunny place where Hugos go to spend their old days when they become tired of endless worrying and adventuring. We need to go to Carthol.
Oh, I guess the news of the current situation hasn't reached the rest of the world yet. Nobody's going in or out of Carthal, my friend.
Why voice act one line and not the other?
I know from a well-informed source that rebels have taken over the city. They have sealed its gates and closed the harbor while they establish a new government.
We're looking for work?
Yes, onwards. Bored already?
Looking to earn some gold and make a name for yourself, eh? You should go to the town garrison and ask Captain Maximus. I hear he was looking for some muscle to hire. But I keep forgetting you're new here. Do you want me to show you around? Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Alright. I'll walk with you for a little while. When you come near an interesting place, I'll tell you what you need to know about it. Hirelings. Some NPC can be employed to accompany the party in order to provide individual services. Others may want to join your party for the duration of a quest. You can only have up to a maximum of 2 companions. Okay, but you can fire a hireling in order to have a quest NPC able to join the party. Okay, looking around like this doesn't really matter, so yeah, it's kind of dumb. Wait, can I? Nope. I guess I can go in there if I so desire, but I don't.
By the dragons, this place is so dull.
I know, right? Who are you? Which one of you said that? Who goes there? Identify yourselves. Readers, eh? We're currently investigating a disappearance of several citizens. Nobody leaves the town until we find out what happens to them. If you have complaints, take them to Commander Maximus at the garrison. Oh god, I am gonna be so anal about exploring every single tile. The party collect a book, The History of Carthal. Oh, it's in the lore section. There's 3 fucking pages to this. Bring Owen's ashes to the chapel. Okay, that's the side quest, I guess. Bestiary. Wow, this is really extensive. Oh man, this game is looking really good. all the books. History of Korthal. As long as Ashen history has been recorded, the great port of Korthal has been considered one of the jewels of the crown of the Falcon Emperors. The name Korthal is believed to derive from the Elven Kurthal, which can be translated as the Great Green. As the city stood on the edge of the great Elven fortress, before there was a city, there stood a great cathedral known as the Vigil of Korthal, built by the angel who's on the site of one of their first great victories during the Elder Wars. Around this landmark, a fortress was erected, consisting in the area known as the modern-day city Upper District. From there, the city grew. It was only when the young Emperor Brian Falcon converted to worship of the Elrath and that angel led by the worship of Elrath that the angel led by the Archangel Uriel and Sarah offer Korthal to the Falcons. Blah 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 blah. I was gonna read all of that, but then looking at the second page and third page, I am less inclined to do so. Okay. Well, I'll leave it on here for like 3 seconds, so if you guys want to read it, you can pause the video, and then you can read it yourself. Alright, cool. The Raider's Code. Raider wish to become Raider you are, then this book of code is paramount for working the trade without sin. First rule, life is more precious than gold. No matter man or woman shall look behind, while breath remain within them. Whether gold or jewel, relic or spell, the value of life is greater. No. The second rule, the price of life is life. Never another break the first rule, you make it out alive well. Whether you require to kill the scoundrel or make it clear that the price of life is life. Share is share. First pick well, group before your dragon. It's not stealing if the owner is dead. I love that one. Pick first, pick well. Treasure is treasure. No matter what the nature and power of the treasure you might find, it is not for the raider to judge whether it's good or evil. Okay. Yeah, obviously. Doesn't matter if it's called the Book of World Destruction, it's still treasure, right? Never divide until it's safe. Never do up the loot until safety back in town. Sell it at and count gold. The 10th rule. Rules are written to be bent. Okay. Well, that was useless. Alright, cool. So... again, I'm gonna be so anal of just like exploring every tile. You don't meet many dwarves so far south. Apparently the Longbeard used to have an outpost in the mountain just north of here, so some of them is still in the peninsula. I'm not sure it's Thurman's story though. In any case, he has a pretty good armor, and you better have a look at his work before you hit the road. Cool, so he's the blacksmith. I don't want to go up yet. That chest, I want it. Day, night. Every time you move into another tile, time advances. The amount of time passes per step is greater in the outside world than in the city dungeons. In the outside world, you might encounter different enemies depending on whether it is day or night. Ooh. Loot all that gold. A chest is a chest is a chest. Oh, you can't go in there. Can't go in. Here we are, the town's garrison barracks. Maximus home should be in there somewhere. I'm not going inside. In any case, I don't exactly abide by the law, you see. talk to the boy. Dunstan. Catwell is the town's weaponsmith. Pay him a visit if you need to buy new blades or repair an old one. He's a former soldier in the Unicorn Army, so he's probably has some things to teach you as well. Well, thank you. You can just hold the button down and it'll work. Okay, cool. Good to know. Oh my god. Anal. I'm being very anal about this. The Goblin's Watchtower is Silverdale's Inn. If you're tired of sleeping on the ground or under a tent and want to enjoy the comfort of a real bed for once, this is the place for you. The cook also makes great fish stew, or at least I hope that fish. Iolos? Need something? Can you tell me something about the end of the Holy Empire? I think we're living past the days of the old empire. At least that's what we know. Think about it. Elrath managed to make the whole of Ashan believe he was the most powerful dragon for 5 centuries. Even Malasa must have been jealous of his pulling such a bluff. But now that this fear is gone, can the empire endure? The colonies are already cutting themselves off and the empress cannot do anything about it. And what prevents the elves, nagas, or wizards from the nibbling pieces of fallen giants too, huh? Ooh, I can hire him as a scout? Ooh, that's 100 gold. A warrior is only as strong as his enemy's weakness. For a small cut, 102% of the gold we find. I can furnish you with what knowledge. Keep you in one step ahead of our foes. Okay. So I can hire him if I so want. Alright, cool.